Hello, I'm Daisy Pelayo Figueroa. I'm an admissions and records assistant here at Fresno City College. Today I'm going to read an excerpt from Four Brown Girls with Sharp Edges and Tender Hearts by Prisca Dorcas Mojica Rodriguez. This is part of Chapter 4, The Myth of Meritocracy. Meritocracy is the belief that hard work will pay off. It is the classic rags to riches story, a promise that we are told is reachable for anyone across all races, genders, sexualities, and backgrounds. However, despite rare exceptions, meritocracy is a myth. Most people are not able to work so hard that they are no longer poor. Some of the hardest working people I know were born poor and will die poor. It's important to accept that hoping to be the exception is not a solution. Radicalization can only occur after realizing that we are cogs in a large and powerful machine. Gatekeepers use the myth of meritocracy to distract busy working class and working poor folks with so much self-blame when they fall short that they will not think to revolt against their oppressors. Gatekeepers are everywhere, regulating who gets to live the American dream and who gets to work hard for others' dreams. Being a working class brown immigrant Latina, I knew by then that I had to become my own biggest advocate. So I went to the one person who could convince my public school counselor at one of the biggest high schools in the country to change his mind, my mommy. I spotted a gatekeeper. I knew his weakness, parents. So the next day, I brought my mommy to school to force him to put me in those AP classes. As we were sitting there, I told the school counselor that me mommy wanted him to put me in the AP classes, even though she was not asking for this and did not fully understand why she was there. I was the interested party, not me mommy. The counselor then had the audacity to tell me that he felt it was not a good move because he would be setting me up for failure. He said I would need help with these classes, and then he looked at me mommy and said that her lack of English proficiency meant that she would not be able to help me. This gatekeeper upped the requirements for entering this classroom and made them personal. My high school counselor had all the power in his hands to either make a path for me to attend college or rob me of that opportunity entirely. He was saying I shouldn't have such high aspirations for myself, all because we were immigrants and my parents did not speak English. I had not imitated proper indoctrination into the American school system, which my grades reflected but were not indicative of my potential. He had devalued my abilities and my resilience, and had overlooked the simple fact that I had already learned to assimilate in the United States without the help of my parents. This gatekeeper decided to reinforce the walls that should have been doors, as gatekeepers do. My counselor underestimated me and my ability to win. I had been paying attention. I knew that the AP students were college bound, and I had to be around them to go to college. I knew that the AP students were the ones college recruiters courted, while the other students were approached by predatory military recruiters during our lunch hour. The school made concerted efforts to support the AP students, and I knew that I needed that support when it was not provided at home. I knew that the AP students were the ones who got recommendations, networking opportunities, and preferential treatment from teachers and school counselors. I knew that AP students were coveted because they got the school more funding. A teacher had told me to my face that AP students were worth double what regular students were worth. What I learned was that if I was an AP student, the school would place a higher value on my brown immigrant body, and they would invest in my future. The gatekeeper knew this and saw me as unworthy. The school counselor failed to see that having no support at home meant that the school should provide that support instead of penalizing me. I was a child, and the adults around me were failing me because of their own internalized biases. Reach out to the Fresno City College Library for this book and more.